Namaste, my wonderful Cancerian friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Celine. I'm a counseling psychologist, a hypnotherapist, and an intuitive tarot reader. I blend both spiritual insight and psychological interpretation in my readings. Now, Spirit has something important to reveal to you this week regarding your love life. Yes, this is a love reading. So, I'm going to pull 7 cards for each day. The day you start to watch this video is when the first day begins. Okay, so let's begin by clearing the space and releasing all negative energies. Okay, so now I'm going to invite your spirit guides, your higher self, and your ancestors to be present during this reading. Now, the sound may be a little loud for some of you, so please turn down the volume. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm going to start by pulling an oracle card from the cosmic. Okay, so let's see what message the cosmic has for you with regards to your message for this week's love reading. Pets. Okay, I'm getting pets. Now, maybe some of you have pets or a pet that has been around, but you were unable to give more time for the pet. So the universe is now asking you to spend time with them. Now, pets are very therapeutic in our counseling field. So I used to, tell some clients, when they are lonely or maybe once they are in a breakup or a separation, I will, suggest if they can get a pet that they always wanted. Now, having a pet is one thing, my wonderful Cancerian friends, but taking care of them, being there for them, because they are there for you unconditionally. All right. So let's read what the card is trying to say. Now, getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Okay. So either you can get a new pet or you can give the current pet that you have more love. So what is the reason the cosmic is asking you, to spend more time with the pet or maybe get a new pet? Now we are going to unfold this, okay, by pulling out 7 tarot cards, and let's see what message or messages they have for us. Okay, so that is day 1, day 2, and day 3, and then I have day 4, day 5, day 6, and day 7. Okay, so I have for 7 days. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn these cards. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, looks like I'm going to put this way. And 4, 5. I got a major arcana here. Okay, so you have Knight of Swords, 6 of Cups, 2 of Swords. You have Page of Swords, and you have King of Cups, and you have the Hanged Man, which is the major arcana, and then you have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we are going to deep dive and see, what other message or messages this card has in store for you just in a bit. Okay, now before I begin, I just would like to let you know, my wonderful Cancerian friends, okay, remember this is a collective reading, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. Also, it'll be great if you can help me grow my channel by liking it, subscribing it, and by sharing the videos. Okay, now let's begin. So the Knight is a very a strong energy, as you can see from here. All right, this person is, with the, okay, I don't know what you call that, arrows. Okay, with the arrows, this person is trying to charge and probably going to the motorbike, and there's an eagle there. So I can sense there's lots of enthusiasm that you might be having with regard to your love life. I'm not sure about that, or you can be having some kind of a fear that you are actually running away. So that is why you are unable to accept the unconditional love your pet is there waiting to give you, but you might be, on the run. Okay, I don't know what it is. So, you might want to know what is the reason that you feel, choked, or you feel like you're having difficulty to commit, or this person that you're with right now. Okay, you can take whichever way you want. Okay, because I'm going to talk about both sides now. It's either you are afraid to commit to the current relationship, or the person that you are with is having difficulty to commit with you. All right. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I do see there is a lot of, uh, decisive action need to be taken. But, with a lot of, because the swords is all linked with logic, okay, with a lot of intellectual, and there's might be also communication. So I sense either this person with you, all right, is running away, not wanting to commit because there is lack of communication that is happening. So they are just, running, or if there is a vehicle, they just run. Okay, so you need to be aware of this, right? Don't rush if they are not interested. Sometimes it's better not to be with them. I know it's very, cliche to say such thing. Maybe you're very hurt. You really want this person. You love this person. But remember, my wonderful Cancerian friends, okay, you are very emotional being. You're very water based. Okay, you want a lot of love. Okay, you want attention. It's, understandable, but sometimes, love has to be reciprocated. Okay, it has to be two ways. It's not one way. All right, if the love is not, given, and they only take, that's not love. All right, so if either they are running away or you're not running away, maybe time for you to sit and reflect. What do you really want in this relationship, or do you want this relationship? Okay, now moving on to the Six of Cups. Now, six is all about solutions, okay, solving a problem. Also talks about communication. Now, I sense that you, because this person is not here with you, or you are don't want to be, you are kind of always thinking about the past. All right, cups is full of emotions, so the emotions can be the past, the good times, and the not so good times. Okay, so if you look at this card, okay, though this person is probably, an adult, middle age, but thinking about, his childhood. So there is something that you are connecting to your childhood. Okay, probably the love that you got or you didn't get. Okay, or the love that you shared, maybe you're not getting it back. So there's something that you're connecting to the past. All right, that either it's a kind of like, I feel like you want, when you didn't have love when you were young, but you were showing a lot of love, and now you feel like, I am one person giving love, but from the day one, I'm not getting love back. Similarly to this, okay? Or your love is so strong to that person that they don't know how to give it to you the way you want. So to them, it can be suffocating. So there's something that you might want to think about. Now, remember, it's good to think about the past, all right? that is why we don't want to do the same mistake. But always dwelling in the past is not good. Okay, you might want to do a rain check and see, you know, what is the reason you're connecting back into the past all the time. Maybe you want to get some professional help, seek a counselor or a therapist, and see whether you can, work things out. Sometimes we can leave the beautiful memories there, and let's not go and pinch on it and just leave it there. Okay, and we can create a new memory. Okay, you have a beautiful memory with this puppy. Now you can have a beautiful memory with this dog. All right, you every time we go, we can create a memory. All right, and then that's where our information is all piled. Okay, we have lots to retrieve. When we are really really old, there's lots to retrieve. If not, we will be still holding on to one particular place, event, situation that there is nothing else for you to think about. All right. Now, this card, when you're almost on the third day of your relationship, okay, this Two of Swords. Now, you might have to come to a time to choose between, do you want this person or you do not want this person. So as I said to you, it's either you are running away from this person or that person is running away from you. You need to make a decision. Okay, you need to connect back the good times and accept whatever that is not so good, and then you need to make a decision. All right, what do you want? Because if you are holding on to the past, I don't see any progression here. It's going to repeat itself. Now, we sometimes wonder, why are we going through the same heartbreak, the same pain, the same sadness? The reason is very simple, my wonderful Cancerian friends. We are here to learn. All right. Now, it's like that. Only when you learn, you progress into the next level of your education. If not, you have to sit back and redo the examination or redo the same level. So similarly, why this is happening is because you are not probably learning from your past. Okay, you are always holding on to what has happened. So here, whether you like it or not, the universe is pushing you, okay, to make a decision whether you want this relationship or you do not want this relationship. You need to make a decision. All right, now when you are able to do that, all right, there are a lot of other secrets are going to come up. Okay, there will be, okay, so if you look at this card, okay, the page, right? Now, the page is a young person. So you are keep connecting to your younger self, all right? But the thing here is, see, if you can see, this person has to learn, all right? When you are able to make a decision, you are forced by the universe to make a decision. You need to come to some kind of a decision here. You can ask for help, probably, as I mentioned. Okay, you may want to seek a therapist or a counselor or a good friend, okay, that is very neutral and not just taking sides, because there are some friends who will be just taking sides just to make you happy, but we are not going anywhere with that. Okay, I also believe in a proverb that says, truth hurts. Okay, sometimes we do not want to hear the truth. Well, that's perfectly fine. Okay, but there need to be a time that we really need to make a decision. Truth need to be heard, and we need to move on. Now, so here, all right, there will be some emotional distance here, if you can see also from this card. Okay, this person is away from this two and standing on a rope. So you're sitting on a very thin rope. You need to make a decision. You might want to consult some friends. Okay, you might be afraid or you are not. Okay, ask for help. You're not alone, my wonderful Cancerian friends, because once you're able to accept the truth and start to move, that means basically, you need to face the devil. Okay, confront it. You need to confront it. right? You may want to speak with this person, yeah, or if they do not want to speak with the person, probably you can do a text message or write an email to them. Okay, there's many ways of communicating nowadays. Now, you need to go in a calmer waters. All right, there's too many things happening, past, present. Okay, they want you to connect to your inner self. Okay, time for you to connect to your inner self. Now, the king is a very mature person. Here, if you can see, from a young person who's willing to want to learn, now you have all the wisdom. So if you're going to work on this, asking some guidance, read about it. There's tons and tons of online, resources regarding love. You can go and get some books. You can get download some ebooks. And once you are able to get and confront, what is it that you are afraid, all right, and you want to move, and that will help you with your maturity level. You can't be a child all your life. You can't be in the past all your life. Okay, you need to move on. Now, you will become very matured in no time, all right, and you will have some deep connection. Okay, you will be very in balance because they want you, okay, to connect to the sea, to the nature. Okay, now the starfish, okay, is something that cannot move on its own. All the limbs need to move. You need to have a teamwork. What I mean by is your head and your heart need to sync. Now your heart is somewhere, your head is somewhere. Now that's not going to happen. You need to come into balance. Okay, you need to do some retreat, some solitude, and you need to go into your inner heart, and you need to connect deeper. Ask for the angels guidance, ask for the divine connection, because if you are going to do that, the next card, it will completely shows you that you are connected to the divine. Okay, and you're going to see a complete different picture about the current situation. So that will help you to decide here very soon, this card, okay, whether what do you want to do. But you need to calm yourself first. You need to have the head and the heart, okay, in the same frequency. All right. You're going to see now, this is a major arcana. They are telling you that in no time you are going to see things in a much clearer picture. Okay. You're going to see things in a much clearer picture. And then you are going to open up, okay, your heart chakra. You're going to be so strong, all right. Wands is all about action, okay. You are going to be fearless. Look at her, okay, and look at the stallion there, the horse, okay, jumping, and there's a fire within, all right. Now the fire is, of course, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well. So maybe you can approach someone who around that uh, sign, not necessarily, but you can. Okay, so you might want to, you will, not you might want to, once you are connected to your heart and your mind, you become balanced, you are going to see a total different spectrum. Okay, there's going to be like your kundalini is going to be all opened, and you're going to see things in a very perspective way. At the same time, you're going to be not going to rush. You're going to be very patient in love. Okay, you're going to cultivate patience from here because you're very balanced, and you're going to be very patient, and you are going to you know reciprocate this love from this pet. This pet is going to teach you how to be grounded, connect with the nature, and you're going to see things in a total different way that it's going to blow your mind. Trust me. Okay, but there might be some sacrifices coming along. All right, and Once you're able to do that, as I already mentioned, okay, you are going to be fearless, okay, you are going to be so courageous with love. Maybe someone else who might be entering your life, or maybe you are going to take the courage and you're going to speak with them, which there is a lack of communication here. So once you heal, once you are clear in your heart and in your mind, okay, you are going to speak your mind with this person. And then you're going to know in crystal clear, all right, very soon, whether this is the love that you want to be with. Okay. Either you don't want to be with them, or they don't want to be with you. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Because you are going to make a very clear choice very soon. Okay. I hope that resonates. Maybe, just sit down and write each day, okay, but I see that as a lot of changes happening here as well. Okay, that's changes happening. A gloomy card you start with, look at that bright, beautiful card that you're ending with. Okay, so in between, there's some work to do. These are the two things that you need to work on. Now, I'm also going to pull a surrender card. Okay, and I want to see, what else you can surrender this week while you are working on this, right? Okay, surrender to joy. Look, I think the universe is feeling that you are always going into the past and reminiscing here, and always connecting to this person, but you are lacking joy. So let's read what the card is trying to tell us. Okay. Now, a key to positive changes in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. When was the last you smiled? Okay. During both the hard and easy times. Okay. Hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Okay. So they want you to surrender to joy, because joy is all something that we need. It's not all about having lots of pain in your life, but it's also about lots of joy. Look at this card so beautifully, she's stretching out, and moving forward with, doesn't care what it is. Okay. Have a little fun. Ask yourself, what brings you happiness? What brings you joy? What is it that when you had the joy when you were young, what is it that you're unable to do it now? Surrender to joy, surrender to love. Okay. That is why they ask you to get a pet. All right. Spend time with them. You'll be able to see how much of joy they are bringing into your life, or how much of joy you bringing into their life. Okay, because it always has to be two ways, right? Now, what I'm going to do here is, now I'm going to pull, because there's going to be someone new, I feel, okay, that is going to come your way. Or, okay, this person may have a change of heart. I don't know. Okay, you can take how it resonates with you. But because it's a love reading, I'm going to pull 3 cards from your twin flame. Okay, let's see what your twin flame has to say to you, right? First one, are you thinking about me? Okay, are you thinking about this person, right? Something that they want to know. And I wish you were mine. All right. So they are unsure whether, you're thinking about them, but you might be also going back and thinking about the past, which is no longer existing. And you might be, not being present at the current moment. Okay. So they want to know, all right. They wish that you are theirs. Okay. So I'm going to just pull another one more. You are the light at the end of my tunnel. The light. Okay? You are the light at the end of my tunnel. Right? You are also the light within, my wonderful friends. Okay, you are also the light within, right? So these are the three questions that, these are the three things currently your partner or your future partner, okay, or the possible partner is thinking. This is from them. Okay, now before you go, I'm also going to pull some alphabets. Okay, some letters from the alphabets. Now, not necessarily it has to be you, but it can be them. All right, but it's not necessarily these are the ones that is, need to hear. Now, your word name, or all right, this is a, okay, I think it's an N. L, that's an E, and you have a Y. Okay. Now, oh, it's a H. Okay. So it's Lhey. All right. Is any of this name belongs to you, the name initials, or belong to this person, or this person is coming your way? I don't know, but there is. Okay. These are the letters that I picked up, that if it is your name, your middle name, or your surname, or their first name, middle name, or surname, or this person who is going to come is their first name, middle name, or second name. Okay, take however it resonates. So, my wonderful Cancerian friends, this is your reading. And I truly hope you have enjoyed it. Now, the summary of this reading I have posted at the end of this video, so please take a moment to reflect on it. Now, if this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comment section below, as your insight might help others on their journey. Now, until the next reading, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye.